just been working on some live stream for somebody else, and just getting things set up. And basically, I was just kind of testing things out. But as time goes by, you have to sort of get a feeling for what you need to do and what you want to do, right? And making sure that we're getting stuff done properly where I'm working right now. I just, over the last little while here, as we are in this COVID-19 thing, and a lot of times we're just trapped inside our homes, and basically without a lot to do, and sort of waiting for this whole COVID thing to disintegrate, or whatever is going to happen with it, or the curve gets flattened enough, and if it's flat enough for people that want to let us go out, I don't know, but I came across some disturbing, one set is disturbing videos, and maybe the first video I'm going to show you is not so disturbing, but just the way that people think in this world, and what's going on with everything that's hitting us, and I'm going to play you this video, and then I'm going to come back and just do a quick little comment on it, and then I shall play you the next video, which I think is a lot more disturbing. Anyways, here you go. This is Bill Maher, and a lot of you people would know about him.
I feel like the bottom has to fall out at some point. And by the way, I'm hoping for it, because I think one way you get rid of Trump is a crashing economy. Yeah. So please bring on the recession.
Okay, that's incredible to think that somebody that doesn't like a person, and this is not really a video that supports Trump, or or doesn't support Trump, or is indifferent about Trump. For starters, I will say that I have no skin in the game, because I'm not an American. He's not my president, and I'm a Canadian, and my leader is Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada, and so in that aspect, I really have no skin in the game in this thing. But it's just the thought of, you can't stand somebody that is so, you just can't stand them, that you're willing to wish and hope that the economy will crash to the point that this will be enough to get him out of office, and not even really thinking about the fact that, because first of all, Bill Maher's a rich man. I mean, he lives in Beverly Hills. He has property all over the place. If he lost his job tomorrow, if they cancel the show tomorrow, he ain't gonna be sitting there starving to death, and he isn't gonna be sitting there going to a food bank line. He doesn't have those kinds of problems that we do. That regular folk do that across America, right? So, you look at America right now, there are like 26 million people unemployed, and the suffering that's going on there. I mean, the suffering of not only that, but of the fact of, when are they going to get back to work, and what's going to happen to them, and then all these other social issues that come from it. And to think that a man would sit there and think that, he's got his wish, because quite frankly, the economy has crashed in the United States. There's 26 million people out of work. I mean, and we have the same problem up here. We don't have 26 million people out of work, but I don't know what the actual figure is, but I know that our employment rate's about 15%. It says here, this is just not too long ago, Canada's GDP could be 15 to 20% lower in the next few months, and that's at the levels of the 1930s. So we're really in a hard time. It says here that a third of our workforce right now is on EI, which is unemployment insurance, for those people that may not understand what EI is, and a majority of the mortgagees are asking lenders for relief. So you look at that and you go, wow, this is what you want. This is just because, not to saying that that's why COVID's happening here, but that's just the extent of how some people are so fixated on something that at the end of the day, if you don't like your president, or we don't like our prime minister, we have in the United States it's every 4 years. We have anywhere from 1 year to I think 5 years. We have a set time period. I'm not too sure what it is. I can't remember. Maybe it's 4, maybe it's 5 years, where at some point the prime minister has to do a call for an election, right? So if you don't like your leader, you don't sit there and say, you don't wish heartache on a whole nation of people just because you don't like a leader, and to sit there and think that somebody like that would want that is absolutely mind-boggling in my opinion. I just can't believe this. The next set of video I'm going to show you is, and I don't know I can't remember the individual guy's name that actually asked the questions in New York City, but I will post down the link to the entire video down below so that you can watch the entire thing. I'm only going to take a little section of it at the start, and then we'll just play that, and then you can take a look at it then, and you can see what I'm talking about.
Would you go for this deal that the coronavirus lasts longer and is more severe, but the president guarantees to lose the election?
That's a hard question.
So that's a hard question.
I don't know. That's a hard choice to make.
Sorry, guys. I would go for the longer virus.
I want him gone.
Okay, no matter what.
No matter what, yeah.
Would you make that deal?
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
I would.
Yep.
Yeah?
Yep.
Frankly, yes.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
You make that deal?
absolutely.
You take that deal?
I would.
That's a little low.
Yeah, let the coronavirus be more severe.
I'd much rather he himself got it than
But he's more dangerous to American people than
He's more dangerous to the American people than coronavirus. He's worse than coronavirus?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
He's more dangerous than the coronavirus?
Absolutely.
You agree?
Yeah.
Yep.
Is there a number where you say, okay, I wouldn't make that deal, like 1 million deaths?
I would still make that deal.
Still make the deal.
Yep.
Is there a number of coronavirus deaths where you would say, I would change my position?
No,
No, same with you?
absolutely not.
What's the number?
Actually, no.
There's no number.
No, I think he's that dangerous to this country and the
Wow. Incredible. Can you, I don't even know how to even comment on a video like this, that there's people out in the world that in this type of world now that we've never really been before. And it boggles my mind that someone would think that because of such a hatred that they would let this COVID virus to go on and spread and infect more people and kill more people because of one man. And the fact that even when he says like 1 million people, we're just going to wipe out 1 million people because if we get rid of them, you think that that's swell and that life is so horrible and as a whole, cultures are relatively a bit different, but in actuality, it's relatively the same also. But I was looking at that and I was just thinking, and I was thinking of these verses in the Bible. And I know that maybe this isn't really the proper context of these verses, but I just want to read. I'm just going to read them, and it's actually in Matthew. Let's get this here. It's actually in Matthew 24, and it's about Jesus speaking about the future. Right? I'm not going to go read the whole thing, but where is it? Yeah. I think we'll start with Matthew 29:9, and it says, "Then you will be arrested and persecuted and killed. You will be hated all over the world because you are my followers." And this is really, I probably should start at number 10, but anyways, it doesn't matter. "And many will turn away from me and betray each other." And it goes on to talk about, "And many false prophets will appear and will deceive people. Sin will be more rampant everywhere, and the love of many will grow cold." And that's really the thing there. It just sort of came to my mind when I was listening to that the love of many are going to grow cold as time goes on, and this is just something that's starting to appear, and people are getting that way, and I can't imagine that what these Bible verses are talking about is not really now. I'm not saying that this is the end of the world. Far from it. I think we still have a long ways to go before the end of the world comes, but I don't know. I'm not somebody that can predict this stuff. But anyways, I just was that's just sort of hurt. That's what I got and thought. The love of many will go cold. And when you used to read these verses years ago, you thought to yourself, like, how could that be? But when you listen to those individuals, there's just regular folk on the streets asking a question, and the hatred towards one man, so much so that they were willing to let their fellow brothers and sisters or their fellow citizens die because we don't want him in office. And all you have to do is vote for him out. And if you don't like him, vote him out. And if he gets back in again, he's only in there for another 4 years, and then you're done with him. And I can't believe that something that I can't believe what's so horrible there that deserves to kill a million American citizens is beyond my comprehension. I don't quite understand it. And that there's people out there that actually think that and actually will say that and absolutely believe that. And it's just a crying shame. And anyways, that's just sort of me just blubbering on here on this sort of live stream. I'm just, like I said, I just can't believe what I've heard. He did interview other people, but he said the majority of the people thought that way. There were some people that didn't, and I'm just going to leave off now. And thanks for listening, and thanks for my rambling on. It's just more of a test than anything. But yeah, so I'm going to leave you with a video of somebody that had a totally different attitude towards what was said to him, and I hope that people like that will still exist in the world for a long time. But as the Bible says, there's going to come a time where the love of many will grow cold, and that's not going to be a good time. Anyways, thanks for listening, and here's the video.
No. Not just because of a feeling you don't like somebody. I mean, you wreaking havoc on the whole world because of one person. It's not good.